In a snug cave, carved high into the side of a cloud-kissed mountain, lived little Ember, a dragon hatchling with scales that sparkled like polished rubies. His home was cozy, filled with the comforting scent of warm stone and the gentle rumble of his parents' snores. Outside, billowy clouds drifted past, sometimes parting to reveal a vast blue sky that stretched on forever. Ember loved his cave, but he often found himself gazing out at that boundless blue. His mother and father, with magnificent sweeps of their leathery wings, would soar effortlessly, diving and spiraling through the fluffy white clouds, their laughter echoing down to him. They looked like dancers in the sky, free and joyful. Ember longed to join them. He would stretch his own small, growing wings, feeling the air move under them, imagining himself graceful and strong. But whenever he stood at the very edge of the cave entrance, where the smooth rock dropped away into nothingness, his toes would curl tightly. A strange fizzy feeling would bubble in his tummy, like 1,000 tiny fireflies doing somersaults. The sky, so beautiful from a distance, suddenly seemed enormous and a little bit scary. He just couldn't seem to take that first brave leap. One day, little Flame, his mother would croon, nudging him gently with her snout. Your wings are strong. They are just waiting for your heart to be ready. A special night was approaching, one that dragons all over the mountain looked forward to. The night of the singing stars. On this magical evening, thousands upon thousands of stars would twinkle so brightly that they would hum a soft, beautiful lullaby, a melody that filled the world with wonder. To hear the singing stars best, you had to fly to the very highest peak of the mountain, where the air was thin and clear, and the sky felt close enough to touch. Ember dreamed of flying there with his mother, nestled safely beside her, listening to that celestial song. As the day of the singing stars drew closer, Ember watched his parents practice graceful dives and playful chases through the clouds. He tried flapping his wings harder inside the cave, making little gusts of wind that ruffled the moss on the walls. He'd take tiny practice hops, imagining the vastness of the sky beneath him. But each time he looked out, that fizzy feeling returned, gluing his feet to the ground. On the afternoon before the big night, his mother found him sighing softly at the cave's entrance, his wings drooping. Are you excited for the singing stars, Ember? She asked, her voice a warm rumble. Ember nodded, but his scales looked a little dull. Yes, Mother. But what if I can't fly to the peak? What if my wings aren't ready? His mother settled beside him, her great body radiating warmth. They are ready, little one. Sometimes what we need isn't stronger wings, but a braver heart. And brave hearts grow when we least expect it. That evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of deep indigo and soft violet, the first few stars began to prickle through, shining with an extraordinary brilliance. Ember and his mother stood at the mouth of their cave. He felt a thrill of excitement, but also a familiar pang of fear. The thought of stepping off the ledge still made his scales tingle. Are you ready, my little Flame? His mother asked, her eyes twinkling like the first stars. Ember took a deep breath. He looked at the vast, shimmering expanse. He wanted to go. Oh, how he wanted to go. But his feet remained stubbornly planted. Just then, a tiny, glimmering speck detached itself from the endless canopy above. It wasn't a falling star, but a lost star fragment, no bigger than a polished pebble. It tumbled silently, sparkling faintly as it descended, landing with a soft clink on a narrow ledge just below their cave entrance. It lay there, flickering weakly, a tiny beacon of sadness. It was out of reach, too far for even his mother to simply lean down and grab. Ember's heart gave a little squeeze. The tiny star fragment looked so alone, so vulnerable. It needed to be back with its family, shining in the great sky. All thoughts of his own fear vanished. He didn't think about the drop or the vastness or the fizzy feeling in his tummy. He only thought about that little star. Without another thought, he took a step forward, leaned, and then, with a surprising burst of instinct, he leaped. For a terrifying, exhilarating second, Ember was falling. Air rushed past his ears, and the ground seemed to rush up to meet him. But then, as if by magic, his wings, which he had practiced with so often, instinctively spread wide. They caught the air, feeling its gentle push and lift. He wasn't falling anymore. He was floating. His mother was right beside him, her magnificent wings beating steadily. "That's it, little flame. Feel the air. Let it carry you," she encouraged, her voice ringing with pride. Ember flapped clumsily at first, his movements jerky and uncoordinated. He wiggled his tail and twisted his body, trying to steer. The wind tugged at his wings, pushing him this way and that. But with each beat, he felt a little more confident, a little more in control. He was flying. He was actually flying. He swooped down towards the ledge where the tiny star fragment lay, its light now almost completely faded. He gently nudged it with his snout, then with the tip of his wing, coaxing it softly into the air. He guided it slowly, carefully, upward and outward, back towards the shimmering, waiting sky. As the little fragment rose, it began to glow brighter, pulsing with gratitude. Finally, with a last gentle push from Ember, the star fragment zipped upwards, rejoining the countless others, its light now strong and brilliant amongst its family. Ember watched it go, a warmth spreading through his chest that was even better than toasting cloudberries. Then his mother nudged him playfully. "Now, little flyer, shall we go and find the best seat in the sky?" Ember grinned, a joyful, toothy dragon grin. He flapped his wings with newfound strength and confidence, soaring easily beside his mother. The fizzy feeling in his tummy was gone, replaced by a soaring lightness. They flew higher and higher above the clouds, until they reached the very highest peak of the mountain. Just as they settled on the craggy summit, a breathtaking symphony began. The thousands of stars above them pulsed and shimmered, not just with light, but with a soft, ethereal hum. It was the singing stars, and their lullaby filled the entire sky, a melody of pure magic and wonder. Ember leaned against her mother, her warm side a comforting presence. He had faced his fear, not by pushing himself, but by reaching out to help another. And in doing so, he had found his own wings. He watched the dancing stars, his heart full, knowing that this was just the beginning of many high-flying adventures. And for the first time, he drifted off to sleep with the vast, friendly sky as his blanket, dreaming of endless starry flights,